Welcome into the Frogs Today show live from Fort Worth, Texas. Ready for TCU Frog Ball here at Williams-Riley Field at Lupton Stadium for an all-access look at this weekend's games. It's time for the Horned Frog pre- and post-game show right now on Frogs Today.
Welcome into this Frogs Today baseball pregame show for the UNC Wilmington series. I'm Tristan Smith, joined alongside one of the greatest to ever put on the purple and white, TCU Hall of Fame catcher, Bryan Holaday. Bryan, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you on with us this afternoon. So the Frogs are sitting currently right now at 21-12, 7-5 in conference play, currently tied for second in the Big 12. They got the series win over Oklahoma State last weekend, battling back to catch the final two games after losing the first, and a 7-5 win over Abilene Christian on the road on Tuesday. Bryan, is there anything you've seen from this team that's really stood out to you positively over this last stretch?
I think the biggest thing that I've seen is just the offense being consistent. You know, they're putting together great at-bats 1 through 9, and I think you're just able to build off of that. The momentum's starting to pick up a little bit, pitching's starting to pick up, and I think just having the confidence that your lineup's going to go out there day in, day out and put together great at-bats is just kind of putting your best foot forward.
Absolutely. We've been seeing competitive at-bats 1 through 9, and you want to talk about pitching, especially from the bullpen. Cam Brown had a little bit of a rough outing on Sunday, but it was a great combined effort to keep us in the game on that one, and then thanks to that flurry of runs in the 8th inning, we were able to seal that one. Now, this weekend kind of serves as a little bit of a break from conference play. Your last 2 weekends, back-to-back, you've got conference series, and now we have a whole week-long stretch where it's non-conference opponents. You've been in these guys' shoes. What is it kind of like for the mindset of a player getting this break from conference play, and how does that kind of affect the team?
But it's kind of tricky because when you have the conference play, it is high stress and every pitch matters and all that. And then you have to kind of refocus yourself because you don't want to let off the gas. You don't want to let this non-conference schedule sneak up and bite you in the butt. Like, you have to stay on it. You have to keep pressing forward, and you have to almost take advantage of it and say, hey, we're going to come out here and we're going to dominate these guys. And this is like what's going to set us apart is games like this where you can really, really build the momentum that you've built up through the conference play, and that way it keeps going after this weekend.
Absolutely, just keep moving on. Now, we've talked about this offensive production. The Horned Frog bats has been very hot as of late. You got scoring 100 runs and only allowing 68 over the past 10 games. You could almost say this hitting has gotten really contagious. Now, as a player, what is it like when you're competitive 1 through 9? Can the players kind of feed off of that energy? How does it feel?
Well, you 100% feed off each other, and it is contagious because you don't have that added pressure to yourself. You can sit there in the box and say, you know what, like I'm gonna try to get the job done, but if I don't get it done, I know the guy behind me is gonna get it done. And so then you start trusting your teammates, and you don't feel like every single at bat you have to do everything for the team. You're able to just relax, and then it enables you to do your job. And so it is absolutely contagious. And when you're able to string together 1 through 9 good at bats, it goes a long way.
Absolutely, wise words. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we are going to zoom out to the greater TCU sports landscape, as well as hearing from the students on campus about our upcoming bout with the UNC Wilmington Seahawks. We'll be right back.
Dave's Hot Chicken is a cult favorite and now has 2 locations in Fort Worth, Bryant Irvin Road on I-20 and Berry Street at TCU, both owned and operated by Horned Frogs. Mention the Frogs Today show and get 10% off anytime, and order online at daveshotchicken.com.
At Higginbotham, we put people first. So we simply start by listening to you. Whether you're searching for customized insurance, HR, or financial solutions to protect your home, car, health, business, or employees, our specialists are here to serve you, the people you care about, and your success. Higginbotham. Insurance, HR, and financial services. Inspired by you.
For exclusive interviews and content on TCU recruits, subscribe now at frogstoday.com. Any sport, anytime. It's your source for all things TCU. Only on frogstoday.com.
Say hello to the water of tomorrow. Richard's Rainwater. Richard's Rainwater is 100% rain, refreshing, renewable, and the only ingredient we use in our water,
Why rain? Because everyone deserves access to clean water, and rain is a 100% renewable resource available everywhere. Drink the rain. Save the planet. Shop now at richardsrainwater.com.
The Flying T Club provides the everyday TCU fan and alum the ability to specifically support TCU student athletes. Flying T Club offers 3 levels of memberships. The Flying T Club is a nonprofit organization supporting the brand development of TCU student athletes through a series of unique event-based networking opportunities, which are exclusive to our members. These events provide a great social engagement tool for our members and student athletes alike. Follow them on Instagram at Flying T Club or online at flyingtclub.com.
Welcome back into the Frogs Today Baseball pregame show versus UNC Wilmington. I'm Tristan Smith, and now we're going to zoom out a little bit to the greater TCU sports landscape, starting off with the #1 team in the country, TCU women's beach volleyball. Beach volleyball stays undefeated, 28-0 after hosting the Horned Frog Invitational last Saturday. The team notched a pair of 5-0 victories over UT El Paso and Houston Christian. These wins cemented another perfect 12-0 home record and now their 3rd consecutive perfect home season. The team holds a 40-match home win streak, and up next they are on the road right now in San Luis Obispo, California today, facing Cal Poly and 2 ranked opponents, number 18 Pepperdine and number 4 UCLA. Up next is TCU men's golf, who finished out their regular season at the Aggie Invitational, placing 4th out of the 13 total teams in the tournament. Senior Gustav Fremote finished tied for 2nd at 6 under 208. Senior Americ Lasso finished 14th, 1 under 125 for his 4th top 20 finish this season. And freshman Maxence Giboudot finished tied for 34th at 4 over 220. Up next is the Big 12 Championship in Hutchinson, Kansas on April 24th through 26th. Finally, men's tennis clinched a first-round bye after defeating Texas Tech in Lubbock 4-1. The team will now head down to Austin to face #1 Texas for a shot at the Big 12 regular season title tomorrow night. The Frogs faced UT here in Fort Worth last month and handed the Frogs their only loss this season. After that, it'll be a trip up to Lawrence, Kansas for the Big 12 tournament. Now, looking back at Frog Ball, UNC Wilmington has been a little bit of an unfamiliar foe to the Horned Frogs. They've only faced each other 4 times, the last time back in 2012, and they are 2-2 so far in these meetings. Now, because of this, we wanted to check in with TCU students to see what they know about the UNC Wilmington Seahawks. Let's take a listen.
Hey Frog fans, Ben Doika here with Frogs Today, and we're on campus today because we're playing UNC Wilmington this weekend, and we just want to know, how well do TCU students know UNC Wilmington? Let's find out. TCU baseball is taking on a school this weekend, UNC Wilmington. If you had to guess, where's UNC Wilmington located?
In North Carolina.
Let's go North Carolina.
North Carolina. South Carolina.
Canada?
North Carolina.
That's correct. We're 1 for 1. All right, Wilmington, North Carolina. Think about that. East Coast, North Carolina, all the different animals and wildlife over there. UNC Wilmington, what's the mascot?
Is it the Panthers?
An elephant. Like the squirrels or something. A bear. A bear. A warthog. The whales. A moose.
A little possum.
A tar heel. Snake.
So many different ones. All right, guys, you ready? It's a Seahawk. Of course, we're going to battle on the field, but say we put a horned frog and a Seahawk together. Who wins in that fight?
Horned frog. Horned frog.
Horned frog, come on.
Horned frog. Horned frog.
That Seahawk doesn't have a chance. I don't even know what that is, to be honest, but I do know what a horned frog is, and I know that they would win in that fight.
Horned frog, obviously. Horned frog. Horned frog. Definitely the horned frog. Horned frog.
Anyone want to tell me why the horned frog comes out victorious?
Because TCU's better. They shoot blood out of their eyes. Because we go to TCU and we're always supporting our school.
School spirit. That's another one for the tally.
Always great to hear from our fellow TCU students. Coming up next, we'll be right back here with Bryan Holaday, looking a little bit more into this UNC Wilmington series and what's to come next, right after this quick commercial break. Stay tuned.
For exclusive interviews and content on TCU recruits, subscribe now at frogstoday.com. Any sport, anytime. It's your source for all things TCU. Only on frogstoday.com.
Dave's Hot Chicken is a cult favorite and now has 2 locations in Fort Worth. Bryant Irvin Road on I-20 and Berry Street at TCU. Both owned and operated by Horned Frogs. Mention the Frogs Today show and get 10% off anytime. And order online at daveshotchicken.com.
Say hello to the water of tomorrow. Richard's Rainwater. Richard's Rainwater is 100% rain, refreshing, renewable, and the only ingredient we use in our water. Why rain? Because everyone deserves access to clean water, and rain is a 100% renewable resource available everywhere. Drink the rain. Save the planet. Shop now at richardsrainwater.com.
At Higginbotham, we put people first. So we simply start by listening to you. Whether you're searching for customized insurance, HR, or financial solutions to protect your home, car, health, business, or employees, our specialists are here to serve you, the people you care about, and your success. Higginbotham. Insurance, HR, and financial services. Inspired by you.
Welcome back into this Frogs Today baseball pregame show for the UNC Wilmington series. I am Tristan Smith, joined alongside TCU Hall of Fame catcher Bryan Holaday. Now, to start off this segment, we caught up with Anthony Silva, who has been very hot as of late, currently on a 14-game hitting streak, tallying his 10th career multi-hit game on Tuesday. He earned Big 12 Player of the Week on Monday after going 8 for 13, hitting .615 in the previous 4 games. So naturally, we wanted to hear from him. Let's take a listen.
The first thing about it, and I've been around TCU for a long time with both the coaching staffs and everything. What's the best part about TCU? This culture, this place, everything like that. Why TCU?
I would say the chemistry between everyone here. Everyone's like family. They're all my brothers. I know them inside and out. I know the coaching staff inside and out. Anyone from the managers to the coaching staff to the trainers, all of them, we're all really close, and we all help each other out as much as we can. So I would say that's the best thing. The chemistry, the brotherhood, the family.
So you're just you personally, 14-game hitting streak, around something like that?
I guess
yeah,
so.
No, I know, and that's great. So what does it feel like to just have some success there?
I think it's good. It's good. I'm glad I'm seeing the ball well. I'm just sticking to my process, my routine. It's not just me though. Everyone out here is helping each other out. Like right now, we're all giving each other pointers in the cages. We're all out here getting our early work in. So it's everyone, not just me. Everyone's doing really good.
So I guess that's the thing. How do you keep stuff like that up? The success of the team, your individual success. How do you keep that up? You talked about process, but how do you continue to do those things?
I would say just don't get comfortable. At least that's for me. That's my biggest thing. Thinking to myself, don't get comfortable. Don't be complacent on where I'm at. It's still really early in the season, and where we want to go, we can't get too comfortable, because once we start getting too comfortable, everything will start to go downhill. So I think we're doing a great job with that, not getting comfortable, continuing to put our work in, and just trusting the process.
That's awesome. Okay, last thing. Expectations from Wilmington this weekend?
Just play our game, and everything will take care of itself. That's pretty much just it.
That's perfect.
It's always great to hear from Anthony Silva. Now, Bryan, you had quite a career behind home plate. Your senior year, you hit a school record 99 hits. What does it take for a player to maintain and manage that kind of consistency at the plate over that span of time?
It's really just doing the little things day in, day out. It's sticking to your routine. It's your cage work, and trusting the process, trusting that the results will come as long as you're doing the right things. You're putting together good at-bats. You're putting together quality bats. And you're putting the team first. If you're executing in situations, good things are going to happen.
Gotcha. And now let's look more into this UNC series. Of course, the Seahawks have been a toss-up lately. They've gone 5-5 in their last, or 5-5 in their last 10 games, excuse me. But they did manage to get a win over number 9 East Carolina at the end of March. What do you need to see from this TCU team in order to come out of this weekend with a series win?
Well, I think, you said it right there. They beat a number 9 team in the country, so they're capable of beating anybody. So you have to come out, be prepared. You have to come out to execute. You got to take care of the situations, and I think just keep doing what you're doing. Don't overlook them. Don't take it for granted that you're just going to throw your hat on the field and they're going to give you the game. So you got to go out there, play your game, go out there, hit the ball around the yard, and the pitching will be there. So I think as long as they're confident, go out there and do their thing, then they'll be all right.
I think so as well. Well, first pitch tonight will be at 5 o'clock, followed by a 4 p.m. first pitch on Saturday and a 1 o'clock first pitch on Sunday to conclude the series. If you're not at Lupton Stadium, you can catch all the action on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. That'll about wrap it up for this pregame series show. We will not be having a postgame show on Sunday, but you can catch all of the game recap articles, on frogstoday.com, as well as all of the other content that Horned Frogs fanatics crave. And be sure to check out our socials: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and our YouTube channel. From myself, Hall of Famer Bryan Holaday, and the rest of the Frogs Today crew, I am Tristan Smith. Have a great evening, enjoy the game, and play ball.